I knew the day would come, and no diddy. But today we're gonna check out my boy Audiopilz and his channel, which is a phenomenal channel, by the way. I'll have it linked in the description box, as well as the video, which is Bad Gear, and they're talking about the MPC Live 3. And if you know me, I gotta react to it, and I'm pretty sure people gonna think I'm gonna just defend AKAI and all this other stuff. So let's activate or deactivate shill mode, right?
Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio.
What's happening, twin?
Yes, it's ugly, but who am I to judge?
At the first,
bruh, I don't see you do gear, and that's the sentiment with the MPC, is that the design is ugly, and I could totally agree. The first time that I saw it, I was just like, well, what the hell? And then as I learned more about the features, I was a little bit more warmed up to it. So it wasn't just like, wow, this is amazing. Nah, bro. I thought that thing was horrendous looking.
First glance, AKAI ripping off the Pioneer SP16 design language was...
And Lord. And the whole Pioneer thing. And that meme, by the way, it comes from Facebook. Like, if you go, there's a AKAI forum or whatever, man, all those dudes do is just like get mad at like the modern day NPCs, and they fight over. It's crazy because you would think a forum they would be a little bit more helpful, but all they do is complain about everything. It's actually hilarious, and people come in and troll and all this other stuff. But yeah, that meme was hilarious when I first saw it, but in reality they took the format from AKAI, then remixed it a little bit, and then AKAI just took it back basically.
Not on my bingo card for 2025.
That's an MPC expansion, by the way.
From
that's not
other
his
brands,
beat.
MPC Live 3 pads not only come with velocity and aftertouch.
And those sounds right here that he's messing with, that's actually stuff that's stock.
They also open up a world of Korg wave drum style expressiveness, XY pad functionality that fortunately works better than on Medusa, and you can assign 4 samples to one pad, resulting in monstrous 64 sample layers. As of now, this nuclear option among finger drumming tools can only be applied to drums.
Now, those extra fingers make a lot of sense because, boy, now the power is unlocked. It's up to everybody else to kind of figure things out. And that's probably the thing that's going to separate the good from the great, or the terrible from the good, whatever the case may be.
But allows for articulations like the usual ratchets and some more advanced stuff. Leave a comment if you know a reliable way to keep them from getting so disgusting so quickly.
I can't laugh fully at this because, boy, I'm known for having disgusting MPC pads, bruh. Like, let's be real. My MPC Live 2 Retro had the most disgusting pads, but I was able to clean them off before I sold it off or whatnot. And that is the first thing I noticed, is how dingy the pads or dingy the pads get when you start using it. I'm like, bro, and it comes down to, honestly, it comes down to the fact of how they're made or whatever, and they get very dusty quick.
More than usable microphone.
And they knew it because they sent you some stuff.
Sounding boombox style internal speaker aside, it is the seemingly out of place step sequencing interface that first meets the eye. Drum programming reminiscent of classic TRs.
Not they already made a meme for the TR 1000.
Note input, step automation, 80s disco visuals, and easily accessible polymeters are just the tip of the iceberg, but we will come back to some of its other...
And that's one thing I haven't utilized, is the polyrhythm feature on the step sequencer. I mean, I know it exists, but it's just, it exists to me.
Features in a bit, in addition to the vastly improved tech specs, which are on par with a budget Android phone, MPC
A budget Android phone is crazy.
MPC Live 3 now comes with all the things you would expect from a real DAW. While I usually avoid song modes like the plague, creating arrangements actually makes sense here.
Bro, oh God, how you just flashed that joint in there. I'm gonna keep it real, dude. And it may be because I'm older. I'm sorry. You know, I can get mad at myself or anything like that. I get mad at myself for being old. Well, boy, looking at that little tiny screen with no lines on the arrangement, bro, I'm going to keep it real with you. Who in the world asked for that to be so hard to look at? And he made it much better to look at, by the way.
And the clip launcher you might know from Force brings new functionality to the table I would have a hard time recreating in Ableton in face of the fancy ribbon.
And people don't like that, and people don't like the clip launching. Mind you, that it is a little bit better. And then it just seems like, I don't know, when I say stuff, it just seems like, oh, he's a shill and he's hating and blah, blah, blah. Bro, I'm not hating on nobody else's stuff. All of his complaints or jokes are very valid, and I share those same sentiments.
Controller, assignable cue link knobs, pad grid macros, higher plugin count, and ample polyphony. You might actually want to ditch your computer entirely, but funnily enough, I was missing a mouse for MIDI editing in the
And that's another valid complaint that a lot of people have. They want just to be able to edit a mouse, and bro, I ain't gonna hold you. AKAI knows this by now. Plenty of people have said it. The grid is tragic. The grid is tragic, and they have got better suggestions.
piano roll.
Me every video. Me every video.
There are, however, more hands-on editing tools directly accessible from the step sequencing buttons, which let you fine-tune patterns for triggering the usual drum kits, chromatically playable key groups, external instruments via MIDI and CV, and an ever-growing collection of roided-up plugins, ranging from smooth vintage emulations to aggressive EDM tones. Handling of actual audio files has become very DAW-like as well, and I appreciate the new time-stretching algos. Feel free to polish all this futuristic meta groovebox goodness with a slightly convoluted yet powerful mixer, even with more complex FX changes.
Oh, you can really hear it there. Some things, even though it has like 8 gigs of RAM, what a flex, it's still like the CPU on there, or whatever you want to call it, virtual memory, you can hear some of the popping and stuff like that, like if you use an FL Studio.
And unabashed plugin use, the CPU didn't break a sweat, as we are talking about.
It broke a sweat. I like that.
The blessings of modern digital technology, while most of these features can be implemented in older machines by spending $100 on the Pro pack, then is reserved for Live 3 and works sufficiently well. The content library is...
I wonder if he used which version of the stems did he use? Because there's a pro version, and then there's also the original version or whatnot. The original version, yeah, because I can hear the bleed. The pro version, not necessarily. You still can hear some bleed. Truth be told, it's much better, but it's not like the flex that everybody think it should be.
And of course, AKAI is willing to sell you more, but it...
What did that meme say? Hold on.
And of course...
This bad boy can fit so many corny trap kits. Oh boy, I don't have no problem with what he's saying so far. Real talk.
AKAI is willing to sell you more, but it goes without saying that you can also sample your own sounds via the internal microphone USB by hooking up turntables to the phono ins and or using the 2 rear panel combo inputs with phantom power. The machine is also capable of...
You think he's going to mention the fact that it makes a lot of noise? So if you hook up anything to a MacBook or current generation MacBook Thunderbolt to the MPC, you don't get noise. If you hook it up to an iPad, you don't get noise. If you hook it up to an iPhone that has the Type-C, you don't get noise. But if you hook it up to a Windows-based computer with Type-C, you're going to get noise. Now, there's a reason for that, and it has to do with the sample rate. But even when you lower the sample rate on a Windows-based computer to 44.1 kilohertz, which is like class compliant or whatnot, it still gives you some type of noise. I don't think there's a way that they can fix that, but it's something that I've obviously put out there in the open that even AKAI doesn't like me doing. What you think about this video? I thought it was really good. It's on point for a lot of the things. There's no real misinformation, and you know, a lot of the opinions are very valid. I feel the exact same way. It's in terms of the design. It was something that I had to get used to, looking like some Rubik's Cube type shit. Looking like Simon. Do anything that anybody says about it, man. Get mad if you want to. I just think when it comes down to it, these are the kind of reviews that I like to see. Not the type of reviews that a lot of the companies want to push, or, you know, just some type of agenda. I think more people need to have discourse done to their gear no matter what. And as someone that enjoys the MPC Live 3 and is very grateful, by the way, to have one, I still think that nobody is above criticism. Once you start doing that as a company, or just feeling some type of way, or even as a content creator, just being overly zealous, by the way, it becomes damaging to your brand, your audience. And I hate to even say brand, because me personally, just like Audiopilz, I feel like we're people at the end of the day. We buy stuff, we enjoy stuff, and then we all have our own quirks of things that we don't like about it. And if you enjoy it, or if you don't like it, you know, you still should be entitled to your opinion. And I love it. I love this video. It was a good thing that he did one. And yes, I appreciate it. What do you guys think about this video, man? Leave a comment below. Make sure that you check out the full entire video. I didn't want to just overdo it.